Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. I know there are some things going on in these social media streets that have me wondering, as a career coach, what has happened to the golden rule of the job market and employment space when a recruiter that's giving sound advice is actually getting negative attention or a negative reaction from TikTok users. Let's jump into this, and so I can give you my commentary as well as really ask some serious questions, because the Generation Zers or whoever is reacting negatively to what this recruiter says, now it's starting to make sense as to why people are having real big issues with finding finding opportunities and being able to land opportunities because of their unwillingness to take that extra step. So let's jump in here. Okay, the title of this article is from Daily Dot. It was written by Tiffany Drayton on Monday, which would have been Monday, the 19th of June. Let's jump in here, folks. The title is "Work Before I'm Hired, I'm Good. Viewers Criticize Recruiter Who Claims Thank You Emails After Interview Makes a Difference." Meaning, okay, so let's jump in here. Okay, so this is the recruiter and the thank you email. She said, I just interviewed a recent, I guess this is supposed to be grad for a full-time role. Thank you emails. And her thank you note alone would be the reason I hired her. Okay. So let's get into this. A job recruiter is feeling the wrath of TikTok after saying that a thank you email after interview may help you land a job. That's sound advice from a recruiter. That's sound advice that I would give any of my clients wanting to stand out whenever you go and interview for a particular job or a particular career opportunity. In a viral video with over 29,000 likes, Julia Harper, or at julia.harbor, founder of Home from College, a platform to help Gen Zers land work, doled out the advice that sparked the backlash. Let's see what she actually said.
Hire her. I'm going to break it down so you can do the same. She thoughtfully explains how she understands our business, took a theme of our conversation, and elaborated on an idea that she could bring to the table, came up with tangible value for me and my team.
All right, let's play this again just to make sure we are all on the same page, shall we?
I just interviewed a recent grad for a full-time role, and her thank you note alone would be a reason to hire her. I'm going to break it down so you can do the same. She thoughtfully explains how she understands our business, took a theme of our conversation, and elaborated on an idea that she could bring to the table, came up with tangible value for me and my team.
Okay. So just based on what she just said, does that sound like it matches with the title of this article? It just says that she brought, not only said, this is actually what she said, I just interviewed a recent grad for a full-time role, and her thank you note alone would be the reason to hire her. She began in the clip. Harbor then explains what made the gesture so successful, which I don't see anything wrong with it. I actually agree with a lot of what she said. She thoughtfully explained how she understands our business, took a theme from our conversation, and elaborated on an idea that she could bring to the table. She continued. She communicated her value in the thank you letter, and she reiterated some of the things that was discussed in the interview, which is why when I'm talking to all of my clients, I encourage them to take notes whenever they're in an interview so they can use it as a frame of reference when communicating again with the employer, or in this case, communicating through a thank you letter, whether it's being sent regular or via email. She says she thoughtfully explained and how she understands our business, took the time and took a theme from our conversation and elaborated on an idea that she could bring to the table. She continued. The recruiter added that the interviewee proved her worth by coming up with a tangible value, as I just said, for her potential employer and the team. I see nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, I would encourage anyone that wants to stand out as a candidate to do those things. However, the users, the Gen Zers, as it's mentioned here, users in the comment section were simply not sold on having to write what looked like a full page length letter after jumping through hoops to land and successfully get through an interview. Common courtesy, folks. If they took the time to see you and to look at your resume and actually had a conversation with you about an opportunity, it's common courtesy to say thank you. So I'm not understanding this reaction. Of course, this one TikToker said, "This is ridiculous." TikToker user Sabrina wrote, we have to work before we get hired. To get hired, this is not work. This is simply being professional and simply in a thank you letter, letting them know, listen, I thank you for your time. I thank you for the interview. And also, these are the things that I bring to the table. You're communicating your value. That's not work. You're supposed to be able to communicate your value, whether you're going for an interview or not. I digress. Here is another part of the statement. We're giving companies way too much audacity with this BS. Another commented, any company that hires one candidate over another because of BC of this is red flag, red flag, red flag. I'm not understanding the perspective, the mindset behind these comments. Somebody said, work before I'm hired. I'm good, another user declared. Ugh. Let me finish the article, then of course I can give you my parade of what I have to say about this. Job hunting can be a very grueling task, especially for recent graduates who may have had the credentials but not the experience employers seek. Many have used social media to slam potential employers for their unrealistic expectations. One woman called out companies that post advertisements for entry-level jobs that require nearly a decade of experience, and another garnered a lot of online support after expressing frustration through 5 rounds of interviews without landing the job. The Daily Dot reached out to Julie Harbor via Instagram direct messages. Of course, sign up for Daily Dot. I definitely will be signing up with Daily Dot for this particular interview. Of course, the news poll question that most of these articles come with, do you think sending a thank you letter after an interview makes a difference in whether or not you get the job? Absolutely, positively. I am a proponent. Let me stop sharing for a second here. I am a huge proponent for going the extra mile, for setting yourself apart to make sure that number one, that interviewer remembers you. Number two, they remember why they remember you, because you're communicating your value in that thank you letter. And based on the attitude of a lot of these commenters, they don't understand how the job market works. If you're running a business and let's say, for example, you're running a cement business, right? And you have people that are going to supply you, you're interviewing 5 suppliers, and only one supplier responds back, and you interviewed 5 suppliers to see which one you're going to have a contract with. And only one responds back and says, thank you for your time. I just want to communicate to you that here are some of the value addeds that we would bring to the table if we were to work together, or if we had a long-term or even short-term contract together. That particular supplier is going to stand out from the rest, because the rest think it's extra work, or it's, oh, you're already working for the client, by saying thank you. A lot of these commenters in this article have the wrong impression about what it is that you are doing in the job market. You are providing your skills, your knowledge base, and your experience for a fee. Okay, this is not about employers having the most power. Yes, they have the most power, because guess who has the money to pay you for that job? The employer does. What are you going to the interview for? To see if this is going to be, as an employee, from the employee's perspective, this is to see if you and that employer will have a mutually beneficial professional relationship. At the end of the day, a lot of these commenters to this recruiter gave no advice differently from what I would give. And I would take it a step further. I'd make sure I'm following up to make sure, that they received the letter and the recruiter was correct. This person communicated their value, showed what they're bringing to the table, and because of that, they're going to get hired. I have taken the time in what, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 positions I have held in corporate and in other spaces because I took the time to write a thank you letter. That's the least you can do. That is a show of courtesy. I have no problem with that. And the fact that people on TikTok have a problem with it, unfortunately, the platform she's helping, they're writing for is Gen Z, and she's helping Gen Zers. Gen Zers need to get it through their thick skull. This is not Burger King. You can't have it your way. This is a professional job market space. There are things you do need to do to not just, you cannot be mediocre. This is not I'm sorry, this is not the typical, I'm participating. This is not a participating trophy type of environment. If you don't stand out and stand out for the right things, you will be passed over for positions. And if you're not willing to write a simple thank you letter, you are in trouble in the job market. Let's be clear. So guys, of course, I want to make sure that a lot of the Gen Zers are in this professional space of, let me see here. If you guys are in college age, or if you're in, let me see here. Let me just make sure I share this with you as well, because I don't want you to think I'm beating you up here, but I want you guys to be prepared. And apparently asking something as simple as writing a letter. I don't understand it. Writing a letter communicating your value seems to be too much. What I want you guys to know is that if you're not sure on how to navigate these things, I do have the book From Clueless Teenager to Consummate Professional available at mentorshelley.com/book. It talks about how you put your career together, what it is that how you put yourself out there in the job market, and to have all of your career tools. One of the career tools that I described in, I think, chapters 4, 5, and 6, it's full of career tools. One of them is a thank you letter. And it has all of this information that she described, plus additional information. So guys, I don't want you to get it wrong here. The mindset of the people responding negatively to this video speaks volumes as to why they're having challenges finding great positions. I am not, listen, I will do everything to help you, but you also have to want to help yourself in this job market. So go ahead and grab the book, mentorshelley.com/book. You can grab it on Gumroad here. You can click on this link below, where you can go to mentorshelley.com/book. And I'm more than happy to, to help you through that. If you need additional help and additional consultation, then you can go to mentorshelley.com/consultations. I'm more than happy to help you cultivate that career path for yourself. Or if you're definitely going to join, we're going to be having some exclusive career coaching type of information going out, exclusive content that'll be coming down the pike. You can join our mailing list by clicking this link below here at the mentorshelley.com/consultations. Guys, at the end of the day, I want you to be able to stand out in the job market, but in a positive way. And making the extra effort to write a thank you letter is not work. It's just a part of being in the job market and being efficient and standing out positively in the job market. All right, guys, if you have questions, of course, you can go to mentorshelley.com/contact, or you can leave me a voicemail. I'll show you right here where that is. All right. You can leave me a voicemail, which is send voicemail. You can click over here, or you can leave me an email, which is right here, and I'll be more than happy to return your voicemail or email within 24 hours, guys. Just want to make sure you are a better version of yourself professionally. So please do not take the lazy attitude of these people that responded negatively to this situation, because it's not going to help them. It's actually going to make their job search a lot harder because you're not willing to go the extra mile. Don't be like everybody else. Stand out and be professional and be superior. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one. Bye.